Hello and welcome to Random Things. This is Ty, and today I want to go over some modifications I'm going to do to my Lectric XP 2.0 as we head into the off season. Now, during the on season, I didn't really have time to kind of do mods on my bike because I was just always on it. But now it's a good time to do some mods if you haven't gotten to it. First and foremost, the one thing that I really like using in the inner tubes is this stuff, this slime stuff. And what it is it's a combination of antifreeze and fiberglass and some other stuff. And it kind of stays as a liquid. And you would pour about 8 ounces of it in a tire this size. And this is a 32-ounce bottle, so you can do 4 tires. What it does is it just continuously rotates and kind of runs as the liquid and coats the inside or inner tube as you ride. Now, if you rode across a thorn or a small nail or a piece of glass that punctured your tire, what the slime will do is with the air pressure in the tube, it will push the liquid with the fiberglass out the little hole, and then it would dry up and then kind of plug your hole. And it'll be pretty much a permanent plug. Now, I used this stuff 20 years ago when I used to do a lot of mountain biking, and at the end of the ride, I would see 4 or 5 different green dots on my bike tire, which would mean that I would have had to patch my inner tube 4 or 5 times during that bike ride if I didn't have that slime stuff. So that really saved my bacon in terms of having to stop my ride and patch the tire. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this into my tire today. When you're riding your e-bike, there are 2 types of inner tube breaks that you may encounter. One is some punctures, which the slime stuff will work really well for. But what can happen a lot of times is if you ride over some glass, large shards, it can actually slice your inner tube. Now, if you slice your inner tube, well, this stuff is not gonna save you. You're gonna have to do a field repair, and most likely that means changing out your inner tube. So having said that, it's always good to have a spare inner tube. Now, these inner tubes are an odd size. They're 20-inch wheels, tires, so that's an odd size to begin with, but you can find them in bike shops. But it's more like 20 by 2 inches wide. Not 3-inch wide or 4-inch wide. And so I do recommend you getting some and just have it on hand, because if you by chance need it and you run to your local bike shop or REI, they're not going to carry this inner tube because they're not an e-bike vendor. Now, you will have to go to an e-bike vendor and they most likely will have it. And I ran across that this summer when I was, working on my bike and I popped the tire. And this is Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Running around looking for a tire sucked because nobody had it. And I had to find a e-bike shop that had it, but then they wanted to charge me $30 for one tube, which I was just blown away. So with that, get some tubes. If you're out in the field and you run into a situation where you got to change your inner tube, that is going to suck, especially on the rear wheel of an e-bike, because there are just a lot of things that you got to account for when you take the rear wheel apart, not to mention all the tools you got to carry with you. So what I found was a new product called a Huffy Quick Change inner tube. Now, this inner tube, unfortunately, they don't make it for regular e-bikes. This is a 20-inch by 2.0, so a 20-inch by 2-inch wide tire. But check this out. This inner tube is not connected. It's a single strip. And so what you do is, let's say you have your old tube, you obviously are deflated. You pull it out, you cut your old tube, pull it out. Now, then you would slip this in, put the tube in, right? And then you can slip it into your bike without actually removing the wheel. Get that, right? You don't have to remove the wheel. Now, again, this is out in the field, right? And then you kind of pop it together, snap it together, and then you can inflate it. And then once you do that, now you have a, you're gonna have to overinflate this tube. So what I would do is I would do a field repair, overinflate the tube, and then ride home. And then once you ride home, right, then you can put in the right inner tube. But this will let you get air in the tire and then let you ride home. Otherwise, you're gonna either have to do a field repair or call an Uber, which is not a bad option. So with that, I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. And if you did, please hit the like and share button. If you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. That would really help me out. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.